good number of USFL players being signed to NFL contracts. This USFL Extra Point is being brought to you by OldSchoolIron.com. That's school with a K. They many times have been the title sponsor of our recent road trips. One of them being the 2022 Arnold Classic that was this past March in Columbus, Ohio. So a lot of guys are being signed to NFL contracts. It really is good to see because it did put a lot of game film together with these guys. The competition, in my opinion, was really good. Obviously, the USFL being able to complete its first season back was a huge advantage over the AAF and the XFL, going back to 2020. So it really was a big help having these guys be able to play week in and week out, and then postseason in a championship game. So many guys have been signed. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, a lot of them stick. Maybe some of them could be special teamers to start out with. Maybe on some weaker teams, maybe they can get the second string and maybe even start a little bit. But there was so much talent that got signed. But if you look back, XFL, the most recent one, there was a lot of guys that got signed to the NFL and even the Canadian Football League as well. How many of them stuck? Not many, because a lot of them were back in the USFL now. And the AAF before that, a lot of guys have played in all of these leagues. So the AAF had some guys signed. I believe it was somewhere in the 20s. The XFL probably in the high 30s. And now you have, I believe it's like 35 or something to count now. There was even a couple of more on the USFL's Twitter account with guys being signed. So it's a real good sign to see these guys getting inked to NFL deals. Hopefully they can stick around, maybe some practice squad players. But obviously that's the goal for these guys. And all of these leagues are kind of like the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball, where it's more of a showcase league and you get talent and then you take as many games as you can with this guy winning. And if you get signed by a big league team, like an Atlantic League, hey, you wish him luck and you move on. So it's very similar to the spring football leagues. They're not in direct competition with the NFL. It would be silly to try to do that. They tried that in the 80s. It didn't work out. But this USFL, they're definitely doing a season 2. There hasn't been anything agreed upon in that, and I'll talk about that in a later video. I was talking to Darren James, the media relations guy, the other day on the phone, who's so helpful to me with everything that we're doing with this new issue coming out with the cover with Scooby Wright of the champion Birmingham Stallions on the cover. Scooby's still waiting for a shot. I think he should have been one of the first guys signed just because of the spark plug and his attitude and everything. I think he brings a lot to the table, intangibles, and he's a hell of a fucking talent on the turf also. So guys getting signed by the NFL, let's hope that they stick. If not, will the XFL, you know my feeling on that, but there will be an option to come back to the USFL in 2023 if they don't stick in the NFL and the XFL doesn't come to fruition like my predictions have been. But I hope I'm wrong. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong on that one. Hey, go to MuscleSportMag.com/store, $32 a year, free shipping in the United States. Get a subscription and now you'll get this issue in the mail the next day, and you'll be on tap waiting to get the USFL issue coming out as soon as it's out. Subscribers get them first before I put them on sale to the general public.